Hi Libra, Sloan Rhodes here with your Love and Romance reading for the month of June 2018. Okay, so Libra, this is an adjunct video to the prior video I did for May, June, and July 2018. There's a link here if you haven't seen that yet. You may want to just to have an overview of the 3 months, but this is for June. And then Libra, I just wanted to, I've been telling all signs that if you aren't someone who normally watches your life purpose and career reading, that you may want to, because whenever we are feeling more connected to our career, our sense of purpose in the world, we tend to manifest wonderful things in all areas of our lives, including our romantic lives. So if that resonates, you may want to check that out. And then just to remind everyone that I do have my online courses available. I'm super excited to share them all with you. And I have a free spirituality course, I have a course on crystals, and then 2 courses on how to read Oracle and Tarot cards for beginners and advanced readers. And my daughter, Meadow Rhodes, is a very talented filmmaker, and she filmed those courses for me. And as a kind of a fun promo, she created a blooper reel. And so I have a link here if you'd like to see that, just because it was fun to share all the giggles and laughs with everyone. But if you're also interested in the actual online courses, I'll have links here as well. But okay, let's go ahead and get started. It's for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, June 2018. Okay, so the overarching theme for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for June 2018 is to free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Good advice for anyone. And then we have under the deck, we have deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Now, don't panic. People withhold and are judicious in what they show and share for a variety of reasons. So it's not necessarily negative, but with the free yourself, it looks like there's something going on for the Libra people. There may have been in the past that there was some kind of deception that occurred, either you or your partner, again, withholding or wearing a persona, acting a certain way, or even outright deception for some reason. But either way, you're meant to free yourself from this. So what does that mean for you, Libra? Free yourself from this, as I feel it for you, is about letting go of past hurts around this. Letting go of the shoulds. It should have been different. This person should have done it differently. I should have been different. All those shoulds that very often occur. Do your best to recognize that everything's happening exactly as it's meant to. From a spiritual perspective, we are always co-creating, and we are co-creating with agreements to co-create before we actually do it. So you may say, well, why would I co-create that? It was painful, whatever this is, or now I'm finding myself stuck and unable to move forward, and whatever that may be for you. But remember that from a spiritual perspective, your soul has agreed to these experiences in order to learn about aspects of itself, of yourself. But not the you in this incarnation, but the you in terms of your eternal soul. So there's a lot happening, and everything is much more multifaceted than we can ever perceive with our experience here. So first of all, know this, even if it doesn't totally resonate with you, just think about that, feel that out for yourself. But in terms of this actual time frame, June 2018, do as often as you can, spend some time reminding yourself that you're exactly where you're meant to be, and that you are more and more freeing yourself from old patterns of behavior or situations where you weren't being completely true and honest with yourself. Not about you not being honest with others, but about where you have allowed things to slide, let's say, or allowed things to be said to you, or situations that you allowed yourself to be in that didn't feel in alignment with your heart. And where can you more and more, instead of trying to free yourself, which is a fear-based, where can you align more with what feels right and true for you now? Where can you be more forgiving of self right here and right now? Where can you treat yourself more kindly in the moment. When you find yourself going into, I got to get out of this situation, it's awful. That is, again, it's fear-based, trying to get out of something to get into something else. And what typically occurs in terms of manifestation is that when we are trying to get out of something, when we're trying to manifest something in order to get out of something, we tend to manifest another situation that may seem fine for a while, but then we're going to want to get out of that. And what you're working towards here, Libra, is being connected to the moment, knowing that it's happening exactly as you have wanted it to from a soul's perspective, so that you can align with more love, more self-love, more forgiveness, more honor, so that you're not trying to get out of that. You're connecting to it more, and then you tend to manifest more circumstances and more people and situations that are more loving, more honorable, more enjoyable, So it's something to think about and work on. And this is not something that gets done. You're not going to complete it in the month of June or even in a lifetime necessarily. It's something that you are continually working towards. We all are, but in particular, Libra, it's coming in for you in this way. So when you find yourself trying to get out of something, remind yourself that you don't need to get out of anything, that you are wanting to align with more things that you feel excited about, as opposed to trying to get away from things you don't like. Recognizing where there are things that you do like, and how can you align with them more. It could be people, situations, more honesty, more openness, more transparency. But again, be more transparent with yourself first. That's one of the fastest ways to shift the pattern of, for anyone, when we find that we are in a situation where someone is not being completely honest or open or even deceptive. The more that we can be honest with ourselves, like, wow, that didn't feel good, instead of just brushing it over or trying to hide it with some kind of substance, or pulling in more activities to try to hide the fact that just didn't feel good, or that you sensed something was not quite right, but you didn't say anything about it. It's all about that kind of energy, trying to connect more to how you feel and what's right and true for you in the moment. Then you can begin to shift patterns of falsity, deception, lack of transparency. It does take effort and consciousness. I'm not saying that it's easy and that you can just think it and then you can be done with it. It's a continual movement towards more alignment with the things that you do want. So you're not freeing yourself from something you hate. You are aligning more with what you love. You can feel it. There's a subtle difference, but it's a powerful one. All right, so based on this Free Yourself card, what is Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising meant to do, not do, and what can Libra look forward to regardless? Okay, so what you're meant to do and start doing is the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. What you're meant to not do or stop doing is the Maiden of Cups. And what you can look forward to or expect regardless is the Maiden of Pentacles in the reverse. So 2 pages. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse under the deck. All right, so let me just start here with this guy. And you are an air sign, so this could be applying to you, Libra. So the Knight of Swords usually is hell-bent on fixing a situation that he's actually not completely accurate on. So when we see the Knight of Swords reversed, we see a tremendous amount of energy here, someone who's very uncompromising, who knows, they know exactly what the situation is, and they are not going to change their course of action. So be aware of any tendency within yourself to have decided already that you know the way things are and what needs to be done. That's very rigid, and it's very entrapping. Again, you're trying to free yourself, and you're not going to free yourself by going hell-bent for leather in the wrong direction. You have to allow a little bit of movement here. This is how you free yourself. You don't free yourself with rigidity. you free yourself from gently moving around your situation. You know, if we see this unicorn, if he or she were to gently arise from this, you know, position and move his or her body all around the fence, that way you may feel where there's an opening. You know, that maybe there's a weakness on this particular section of the fence that you can get through. You know, it's gentleness. Or then you can decide, do I need to leap over? But before you leap over, see if there's an easier way. And, you know, the Knight of Swords, again, it's an energy, and it could be an individual, it could be you being an air sign, of thinking you know exactly what needs to be done, and no one can change your mind. And we all get like this sometimes, but in particular for you, Libra, it looks like it's coming up in this particular time frame. Okay, so let's look at what you're meant to do or start doing. We have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So what you're meant to do and start doing is stop trying to prove your worth, and you're meant to do. So what you're meant to do is do your own thing. Do what feels right and true for you, and don't worry about whether or not everyone's on the same page. It's about fine-tuning what you are wanting, not necessarily what everyone else is wanting you to do. Right? This is kind of this gentler energy. You're not trying to fix anything or appease others. You are gently doing what feels right for you, regardless of whether everyone is seeing what you, the vision you have. Don't worry about the collective. Don't worry about everyone being on the same page right now. What you're meant to do is focus on what makes you happy. Even if it seems like it's at odds with what others want for you. Because sometimes you have to really change your perspective in order to free yourself. You know, again, this guy has one perspective and one perspective only, and that is he's in the right and he's going for it and he's going to fix this and no one can convince him otherwise. And this is a different kind of energy. You're doing your own thing, but because you're playing more with what makes you happy. You're not worried about what everyone else is going to think is right and true. You're not trying to be perfect. You're not trying to appease others. You're not trying to prove your worth. You're just doing what feels good for you. Can you do that, Libra? It's hard, isn't it? You know, it's hard to feel like you can just do you without having to prove your worth. Like, you know, you're wanting everyone to be in balance. You're that beautiful scales. You're ruled by Venus, you know, love. But remember, you have to shift this. And one of the ways you have to shift this is to stop listening to what everyone else wants. I hope that's clear. And what you're meant to not do and stop doing is stop giving of yourself, giving of your affection openly and freely to others. And don't rely on physical affection or words of affirmation from your lover or spouse or crush to be the thing that makes you feel good about yourself. That's relying on someone else to affirm you. You are affirming yourself. You know, when this is in the upright, everyone's on the same page. You know, you've agreed to do things a certain way, and here you're like, I'm going to do it my way. And what you're meant to not do is not worry about whether or not everyone's going, yay, Libra, you're doing it great. You know, I'm on board with this, whether it be your spouse or your crush or your friends or your family. You are working to free yourself in a more gentle way, and one of the ways that you do that is by coming back to what's right and true for you. You don't want to deceive yourself. You know, that if I make everyone else happy, if I make my partner happy, if we're on the same page, then he or she will finally see how hard I've worked and what I'm worth, and that they really love me. You know, you're loving yourself. You're doing what's right for you, regardless of what the group is saying, or your spouse or your partner. Interesting, Libra. Remember, listen to your May, June, and July reading as well for additional insights. And your sun and your rising and moon signs as well. Okay, and so here we have, and if you don't know your rising and moon sign, I have a resources page on my website, and I have many links there, including a couple of links where you can find out for free what your rising and moon signs are. All right, so what you can look forward to regardless, Libra, is the Page of Pentacles, the Maiden of Pentacles in the reverse. So regardless, it looks like there is, I kind of want to say, like, either something falls through that you and your partner agreed to do, or give to, a cause you agreed to give to, or even something around the home that you guys were gonna do, you're pulling back on that. It's kind of like a renegotiation a little bit. Like you're not willing to put the time or the effort or the resources into that. And if you're single, you're also looking at this differently. Like, what have I been putting my time and energy and resources into around love partnerships, around trying to find, let's say, love? And you're rethinking that, and you are pulling back. You're not as willing to put as much effort into it. It's exhausting, and you're tired. This energy is, exhausting energy. It's ruled by adrenaline, really, and fear-based. And that, once the adrenaline dissipates, you're left with, burnt out adrenals and just very fatigued. So it's likely that either you or your partner or your crush is going to pull back during the month of June. It's not forever, but it's a pullback for a reason. You are filling back up because you're spending a little time with yourself and what you want and what makes you happy, where you want to put your time and energy. Okay, Libra. I hope you find that helpful. And I get one more card from the After Tarot as one final bit of guidance for you. Be so gentle and kind to yourself during this time frame, Libra. And when you find yourself saying, how can I get out of this situation? How can I free myself from this seeming cage or entrapment of feelings or experiences or actual home environment? Come back to reminding yourself that you love you. I love you, Libra. I honor you. I appreciate you. I value you. And where can I, in this moment, connect more to what it is I do want? Well, maybe I would like to feel more honored, more respected. Maybe I would like to feel more free. And where can I connect to that sense of freedom right here and right now? Well, I'm certainly free to go outside. I'm certainly free to, drink and eat whatever I choose. I'm free to call my friends. I'm free to go for a walk. I have freedom in many areas of my life, and that the perception that I'm trapped and there's only one way out is just that. It's a perception that I'm working to shift. There are many opportunities for freedom and frivolity and joy that I have available to me right here and right now if I can just open to them a bit more. And recognizing where you are hurt, where feelings of whether someone else was in some way withholding or deceiving you in some way, acknowledging that hurt, and then recognizing more and more that there may have been parts of yourself that you were also holding back from revealing, parts of yourself that wasn't necessarily okay with everything, but you kind of washed it over like, oh, it's fine. Again, this is something, it's a gentle exploration of this. Something that we all work on throughout our lives at different times. Okay, so from the After Tarot, one last bit of guidance for Libra. As I feel it, it's not about taking control back of your life. It's about aligning more with who you are now, with all the information you have now, and all the growth you've been experiencing. And when you feel aligned, then you feel inspired. And then you begin to resonate with more of what you want. You get the message. Two of Pentacles. This is what you can expect kind of regardless. This is kind of like the final kind of bit of guidance. So it may be that you are juggling quite a bit in this time frame. Juggling two people, juggling just responsibilities. So don't take on any more. This is about the maximum amount that you can handle. There may be people coming in who want you to do more. Remember, don't worry what everyone else is wanting you to do. You do what you want to do. You do what feels right and true for you. And truly, with the Two of Pentacles here, you can't take on much more. So do your best not to, again, try to prove your worth, by doing more for others. You're at your max here that you can manage efficiently and still have energy left for you. So that is being indicated here for you, Libra. So, okay, I hope you find that helpful. I wish you much love as always, and I will see you either over the online courses maybe, or at your own private Reiki or tarot appointment. Much love to you.